Okay guys, this is over by Abilene, Texas, and here's an example of what I was talking about. First, if you go up here near Oklahoma where the tornado's at, you can see that it streams out. You can see up here that it's streaming out. Okay? Each frame is 15 minutes. Okay, looking down here, 45, 0, 15, 30, 45. Okay, remember they run the machines for 20 minutes, so each frame should show it, and then the next frame should shut it off. Okay, now when this resets, just watch. Watch right in here around Elk City. There's the initial one, it shuts off. There's another one, it's off. And they restarted that one actually. Down here you can watch the same thing. In fact, you can still see this one streaming. Okay, you've watched those, watch these down here now. There's the stream, off. Now it just becomes clouds. It becomes a storm. And again, notice the circular patterns. Okay, so I'll let you watch it a couple times. Okay, we'll do it on medium speed. And fast speed. Okay, now let's zoom in real quick. Okay, now just watch right here near Stanford. Down below Stanford actually. Watch right here, you'll see it. Poof. Okay, 15 minutes and it shuts off. Okay, you can also watch right up here. Okay guys, so back up here again. Every second of operation, the J2X pumps hundreds of pounds of hydrogen and oxygen, that's H2O, into a chamber not much bigger than a large spaghetti pot. There, these fluids combust, making steam, a residual hydrogen gas, at blistering hot temperatures of thousands of degrees. And then when you watch this, guys, look. That's 21 seconds. 21 seconds. Okay, watch right up here. And it goes off to form the cloud. Okay, let's move it up. Up here where the tornadoes are. Okay, watch just below Elk City and just above Elk City. There'll be two different streams coming up. There went one, and there's the other. One more time, poof, and then poof. Okay? If anybody knows where there's a loop that goes in 5-minute increments, please let me know, so we can really get the details of how these things work in 20-minute time. Okay, and then here's your end result, guys. Okay, now just watch it all of it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, when you have that much heat and that much steam that's that hot, guys, it's going to go up, and it's going to go up as fast as it can. And when you zoom back into this stuff a little bit, you begin to see the circular shapes, which is what I talked about before. Not normal storm systems. Normal storm systems look about like this up here in Denver. So here they are, they're all spawning, and you see they turn into perfect circles. And then that becomes one giant storm. But this is how clouds should look when they naturally form. Okay, no circular pattern, no pop-up clouds in the center of the circle. Here, let's go in just a little bit closer on this. Okay, so what you can see here is there's perfect circles in all these little storms. They're perfect circles until they combine and then they smash up against each other. But you can see that in the center of the circles you get these massive towering clouds, guys, that are beyond normal just because of the extreme heat in the steam. They're rising so rapidly that they're hitting the cooling area to condense, and they're condensing into rain, guys, and it becomes out of control storms. That's where you get these tornadoes. Okay, and there's a super tornado right now on the ground in Oklahoma. Switch to rain real quick, and let's see if the tornado's passed yet. See if it has turned into just a regular storm at this point. Turn Titan on. Nope, it's still on the ground, guys. Still at this point, it is still on the ground from these storms that they spawned, guys. There's two tornadoes. There's one up here above Oklahoma City, one down below Oklahoma City, headed right toward Oklahoma City, depending on the path that it takes in this whole gap here. There's also a tornado over in Fort Worth, guys, headed toward Fort Worth, or in Fort Worth at this point. Okay, now this was back at 5:12 p.m., but it'll take me an hour or two to get the video up to you guys. And here's what it looks like when it started out. You can see the spurts, and they come up here and then they become the storms. You can't tell it, guys, from radar. That's why they don't hardly ever show you satellite images anymore. They always show you the radar images, but not satellite, not the cloud images no more. You can't hardly tell from the satellite, from the radar image. You can't tell at all. You have to go to cloud image to see it all. But when you come over here, guys, and you realize that this technology is here, and that NASA's known it for obviously quite some time, for as long as they've been testing these rockets, they've obviously known that it causes a rain cloud. How much steam does this make? Well, if you have the opportunity to see a J2X engine test, bring an umbrella. A full duration test, okay? If they go beyond full duration, guys, just imagine the size and the mass of this cloud. A full duration test will make enough steam to make its own rain cloud in the sky. Okay, so bring an umbrella. Okay, and that's just from a J2X engine test. So what happens when they make and they bring out the technology, guys, that the actual technology. Are they using this type technology here? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, guys. We need the subs to go out there, because when you come over and look at this stuff, guys, on the cloud image, it looks absolutely identical. Looks absolutely identical. It starts out as a stream and then becomes big, huge, massive clouds. You can't even see beyond this cloud to see what's really going on back there. Okay, and this hasn't even had the opportunity yet to lift itself up into the atmosphere. This is just on the ground. It's not even condensating yet. It's just steam. Wait till it gets up in the cold air. And imagine the size, the mass of the cloud that's going to be up there once it all gets up there. All that moisture, all that H2O that was combined in combustion and sent up into the atmosphere. Okay, and then you just come and watch it from right over here. Same setup. And it's every day, guys, every day, as long as they've got some kind of a system in the area that they've used HARP technologies to develop, and then they take this kind of technology that we just got done looking at, and this is how they trigger it against those systems, guys, that they've got in place. Alright, this 6 minutes video. What about 20 minutes? What about over 20 minutes with several fuel pump tanks? But I mean, you can see it, guys. They're even doing it over here in Kentucky and Tennessee. Trigger, 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 trigger. Okay, and here's the low pressure system that they've got, that they use, that they develop with the HARP technologies, and then they use those other technologies to trigger all the storms, and everything looks like a normal storm on radar, but not on satellite. Alright, guys, I love you. Gotta get off of here. If you guys are anywhere near where these things trigger, if you happen to be within 25 miles or so of one of these things, run over there and get some pictures and figure out, how are these developing? Are they developing just purely in the sky? If so, we gotta look at the ELF technologies. If they're developing from the ground, well, then we've busted them. Alright, guys, I love you.